What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Put It in the Book show. Uh, it's a great episode. Great episode. I'm looking
Always.
right at you, Rodriguez.
Uh-oh.
Episode number 1 of season 5, baby.
Wow.
Season 5 is upon us, and
First one, baby. First one.
we the best. We the best out there. Keith
Well,
looking
we're pretty
stoic
good.
as always.
I
I
know.
am Steve. I got Keith. Who that is
over there.
that is
Over there, look.
Keith's
He,
first
that's a
place
statue.
Mets.
That
Look,
is, don't hit me with a pitch again, mother effer. Look,
let's go.
Here we go. See, now he wants to fight.
That's what I want. I want fighting Keith today. I want to fight with you, Keith. I want to fight
Aw.
with you halfway between the mound
so
and
cute.
home plate.
Oh, God.
All right, we don't have a producer today, so you know what that means,
We
right?
do not.
All hell's gonna break loose, and I will be.
Been broken.
Boom, shalak, lock, boom.
I'll just do it. It'll be me, and we'll go
Okay.
ahead and get it started right now.
Put up the bullets!
All right, fantastic opening there for season 5, and we've always got to kind of, well, I always got to kind of mention this every time we start a brand new season or we hit a milestone. That first episode where we huddled up around this microphone right here, and we started our march to history, fellas. That's our historic moment.
I
And then,
remember we wiped
producer
out about
Joe,
2 bottles of something taking shots in your
Oh,
house during that show.
that's for sure. What was I don't know if it might have been honey back then.
It might have been honey and rum. I think we did some rum also.
We did,
Yeah,
definitely
'cause-
did some rum.
'cause I
Yeah.
I
do
remember
rum, right.
Rodriguez. Yeah. So, cheers to you guys as we start
Cheers, gentlemen. 5
another
years, man.
season,
boys.
guys. This is excellent stuff. man.
Yeah, 5 years.
My Godfather Cup.
Oh.
Always good luck.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's been a fun journey. I mean, never gets boring talking about the Mets. Here's to another 5 years.
No, they never make it boring.
Sometimes it would be nice, one of
It
these
would be
years to
nice.
just
It would be
have like a
nice.
16 game lead, make it boring, a little bit of that.
No
never hurt.
drama.
Well,
No drama.
they've helped me harden this part of my head from banging my head into the damn wall every season. So like it's beneficial.
I guess.
Tis yeah.
Or maybe it's
All right,
pretty damn.
and then also I want to bring this back around. We're going to take another sip of our drink here in a moment because not only is
Oh.
today
You're trying to get me
episode
loose,
1 of
aren't you?
season 5,
What are we doing?
but it is also episode number 150.
Woo!
Whoa.
I don't know.
That's a biggie. That's
I
a
think I
biggie,
think
guess.
I think that hits it differently, right? Than season 1
Correct.
season 5 episode
Is that
1.
including our off-season episodes too?
It is now. Yeah. Yeah,
Jeez,
we
150
we caught up.
Oh,
I
that's a
know.
lot.
I know Keith. So this is kind of what happened. I know Keith was
Wow.
not a big, huge wrestling guy, and I know this is a Mets podcast. But
No, here we go. Here we go.
Rodriguez, you'll
Yes.
remember that back when Goldberg had his streak, it would be like 1 week he was like 3-0. The next week, having wrestled no more matches, he was like 28-0. And then the following week, he was like 40-something and 0. So we went from when we hit our episode 100, the following episode, I churned in all the off-season stuff, and we went from episode
Oh.
100 to episode like 128.
Order in the court. This is a baseball show. Order in the
baseball
court.
show. Speaking of
Wow.
baseball show, Keith, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about coffee.
Mhm.
Brooklyn
That makes
Water. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com.
Yo.
Check it
A
out.
toast.
Yo, yo,
to
yo.
Brooklyn Water.
Pop Culture Pros is the code. You get a third bag free. Was that good? Should I do it?
He made me toast. He made me drink. So
BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From their roastery to your front door, only the finest beans are hand selected. When I mean hand selected, I mean Chris.
Like that.
He gets on his hands and knees and he goes down to South America and picks those beans for you. Not really, but he does only pick the finest beans to make his coffee with. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. They have a ton of delicious flavors. My favorite, well, it's really not my favorite. It's probably Farace's favorite. Is dark roast, dark chocolate.
Hell
It's
yeah.
a rich, dark, chocolatey flavored, dark roasted coffee. It is pretty good. There isn't a flavor I don't like, but there are flavors I like better. But you got to be careful when you're drinking that chocolate coffee, you know, Farace, because why? It has a lot of calories, right? How many calories per cup? Per cup.
Per cup. Carry the 3 times 7. Settle!
Oh my God.
Boom! He carried the 3
different ways can we
and times it by 0. You see that? How do you carry a 3?
You got to carry the 1. Yeah.
You got to be a Met fan to do things like that. So BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, they have a 50% more caffeine line. I gotta go up on their site because I just do like auto order, so I don't know. But they had a thing where you can add the extra caffeine to any flavor. I don't know if they have that anymore. So I'll have to check. But they did have that at one point. But they do have a high caffeine energy super duper line with 50% more caffeine per cup if you need that little extra kick in the ass in the morning, or if you need some morning wood. Boom, morning wood. Actually, morning wood, as funny as the name sounds, it is a really delicious coffee. Cinnabuzz is one of my favorites. What's your favorite, Farace? Is aside from dark roast, dark chocolate, obviously.
I really like morning wood.
It is really good. The morning wood.
It is good.
Yeah.
Morning wood in the morning is refreshing.
It really is. And morning wood is good
going.
because if you finish the wood, you get to go back to sleep after a cup of coffee. Morning wood coffee. www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. From their roastery to your front door.
Punto.com.
Punto.com.
Tell them.
They are guaranteed to ship within 24 hours of its roast date, which is really a cool surprise with this place because any place you go to get your coffee, it's probably been roasted months, weeks prior to you receiving that coffee.
No,
not at Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters. 24 hours within being roasted, it's in the mail and out the door to you, fresh as can be. You can get whole bean, you can get auto drip, you can get half bean, you can get quarter bean.
You can get puto.com.
You can you said puto.com?
Punto.com.
Punto.
Yeah,
They said
yeah.
punto.com. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From the roaster to your front door. Check them out now. Order 2 bags. I'm telling you, all the flavors are good. So if you use the code Pop Culture Pros, you get a 3rd bag free. And just go wild. Try something out. And if you don't like it, then give it to your neighbor. I'm sure they'll like it.
Take a bath in them.
Why wouldn't they like it?
Because they would be insane in the membrane.
Because they do heads. Before we get started on the Mets here, I want to just say a quick little thing about the stuff that happened up in New York yesterday. We're wishing everybody speedy recoveries up there. That crazy mad person,
dude was caught.
He actually turned himself. He called in the tip that led to his arrest. I didn't see the specifics about it, but for all those of you guys impacted up there, our thoughts are definitely with you. All right.
Hey, what train? What train was that on? What train?
It was the N train heading into Queens from Brooklyn, I think.
Which the N train, if you're from up there, that just goes throughout all the major areas of New York City, and it takes everybody into Times Square, meets up at the R, the W.
I used to take it some late nights in Astoria over to the 7 train, and then at Queensboro Plaza back home. Yep.
I used to take it down to well, I lived in Astoria for a bit. Take that into Astoria and Steinway and just find something from somewhere around the world on Steinway to eat.
Guys on the street.
Yeah. If you want bar hopping over there, I wonder if we ever bumped into each other.
Maybe we did.
You never know.
Probably did.
All right. Speaking of bar hopping, what a great group of guys this is on this Mets team to go bar hopping with.
Even a better group of guys on this Mets show. But go ahead.
Yeah. Last time that we spoke was before the first game of the year. So since then, Megill has gone twice. Scherzer has gone twice, and the rest of the guys have gone as well. Taiwan. We'll talk about him in a second.
I'm just gonna pat myself on the back on that Megill.
Megill.
Until I kept telling you guys, I could see it in him. You guys could
So
see it too. That's why we do this show. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
ready, man. The dude is cool. The dude is calm. He's collected. He is what we need right now to fill in for Saigram, that lousy little
he hasn't
stick
given
figure.
up a run since his second to last outing of last year.
He's throwing 97,
Through
98 with
spring and everything
control.
too.
Hitting 99
He
here and there.
hit
But
99. That's right, Keith. He sure did.
since we are saying, since you did start with the premise that we're going to kind of flow a little, Farace, I'm just going to pick up on that too. I saw something while watching the game today that was showing some videotape in yesterday's game of Megill sitting with Bassett looking at the iPad and studying pitches and what he was doing. Now, this kid, the amount of talent he has, sitting in a dugout with a pitcher like Bassett, a pitcher like Scherzer, and eventually a pitcher like DeGrom, and a manager like Buck, is he has such opportunity here. He has more opportunity than most pitchers breaking into the majors. I'm really excited to see what this kid could do.
He got to start
And
opening day for a major league team with
listen,
DeGrom and Max Scherzer on it.
And Bassett,
Now,
listen,
dude,
I'm very
extenuating
impressed with
circumstances,
Bassett.
obviously. Yeah.
no, dude, check it out. He was the best pitcher in spring training. First of all, okay.
Mhm.
First of all, he was the best pitcher in spring training, and like Keith said, I'll follow up on that. I'll jump on that with him and Bassett talking. Okay, that's a guy that's a controlled pitcher, but he's an aggressive controlled pitcher.
Yep.
He throws. He comes at you, but he picks at you, corners and up and down. He does that. So if that plays for Bassett, who's only throwing 91, 92, excuse me, at 98, 99, 97 with control, if Megill plays off of that, it's a no-brainer. I mean, the kid is cool.
Nasty.
He's calm, man. He's ready. He's ready to go. So let's see. And now,
Big
look
time.
who's coming up behind him. Peterson. Yaiwan is hurt, even though he
Yeah.
says everything's good, but everything is good. Who knows what Yaiwan? Peterson came up strong the other day.
Who knows
You know?
with any of them? They always tell us, "Oh, everything's fine."
Oh,
Or,
everything's
I know.
fine.
I know my
I'm-
body.
I know I'm out for 2 months next day.
And this is not meant to be an
What the
insult, but
fuck?
Peterson and Yawan is the best 4 or 5 pitchers, one of the best 4 or 5 pitchers in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, Peterson, he's a little bit of a heart attack
You
kid,
mean
but he was
you
dealing
mean
the other
number
day.
4? You
Number
mean
four
number
or
4?
five
yeah.
in
number 4,
rotation,
number
yeah.
5, yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't want your
Peterson
comments
was,
to be misconstrued in the major media and you calling
4 or 5
Oh my God!
House.
All hell breaks
If
loose.
you're not a
Who-
baseball fan,
Yeah.
and I mean, if you're a baseball fan, I say they're one of the top 4 or 5 pitchers. How else would you take that?
that they're one of the top 4 or 5 pitchers in the league.
Oh, I gotcha. But that's
I'm saving you from the back page of the New York Porch.
Don't be mad at him. Farace, why are you yelling at him? Why are you yelling at him?
Yeah,
Farace?
seriously.
Don't start, Rodriguez.
Don't make me come over there and brush your hair. Peterson he was dealing.
Yeah.
He was dealing when he got pulled out. I think they should have left him in, but I don't know what's going on there, or it's the beginning of the season, so I not criticizing. I would have liked to see him go another inning, though. Yeah.
So from a pitching standpoint, obviously the tale of two deals here. The starters with a 1.29 ERA through the first 7 games, and then you got the pen, who's been up and down with a couple of bad innings, the 8th inning, back-to-back games, and or for the against the Phillies, and then against the Nationals also with that 8th inning. But outside of that, if you take the 8th inning away, the Mets cumulative ERA is some crazy like a 2.01 or something like that. And it was just the 2 big innings that got us.
And a game like today was inevitable because we were in Philadelphia. There's going to be at least one game where it was just a high-scoring game.
Almost like Colorado now.
They're a bandbox. I mean,
Philadelphia, ball flies.
Look at that Bryce Harper home run. He flicked his wrist at it, and down the line, but still it went out.
Yeah, that's probably why he signed it. But one of my biggest memories there is
He's right.
Fonzie.
That's 100% true.
Yeah, one of my biggest memories is Fonzie, the big game he had there, way back. So what was he, 5 for 5 or something like that, or 6 for 6, something crazy.
And Polar Bear came through today. Polar Bear said,
Listen,
might like
ribbies.
this DHing thing. He might be good for it.
You know, he
He's-
didn't
he's
like
got-
it because
he's got-
he batted better as a first baseman. But if he's going to continue in this group, he had a grand slam as
I
as
don't
a
mind
DH,
him
5 RBIs
splitting
today.
time.
No, not at all.
He should get 100 plus at first base at least, but he should definitely be at the plate as long as he's healthy every game. He's got 10 RBIs. He's on pace for 230 for the season.
Wouldn't that would, I think the record is about 100, 191
Imagine
or
that.
something like that. Well,
Ebbs and
that's
flows,
never
ebbs
going
and
to be.
flows.
I don't think we'll ever see it again.
No, I got him. We heard our predictions. I got him for over 100 for sure.
Yeah,
The guy produces. I mean,
yeah, and then if you got, I mean, look at the RBI opportunities just today with that lineup that they put out there: Nimmo, Lindor, and Marte, all guys with 400 or higher on base averages right now, but have gotten on base. We know Nimmo can get on base, and then those
Yep.
three get on base, and then hello, Mr. Polar Bear.
Before I forget, I want to publicly apologize to Sterling Marte.
Uh,
I did not really want him on the team. I did not appreciate his skills. I've been watching him play. The guy is a talent. I like the way he's made. I like the way he plays the game. He's a very solid ball player.
Yep.
Same thing goes for Connor. I didn't see his worth. I mean, he's a solid ball player. And the kid at third, Escobar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. I'm okay. I stand corrected. I didn't expect them to be this type of players, impact players. I expect them to be fill-ins until the young guys come along, which they are. But still,
Right.
I wanted them. I'm very pleased with them, man. I have to say that, and I apologize to Marte because I thought he was garbage.
I agree. I thought
you also attacked me several
innings.
times because I wanted him for a couple of years, and you were like, "Nah,
I did.
But he can really do it all, and then and the teammate, as a teammate, you saw the stare that he gave, right? When the third guy got hit by a pitch.
Potential Met moment already?
Go ahead. Yeah.
No. I was just going to ask. Potential Met moment already?
And now that's going out as a meme, like, he's just like standing there looking.
Yeah, because he
I
got
thought
up.
That got me.
Yeah.
That got me riled up.
Already.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, from a lineup point of view, you got Pete Alonso with 10 RBIs, Marte, Lindor, 5 and 4. McNeil's been getting on. He's hitting 318. Canna's at 381. Cano has actually hit the ball hard. He hasn't been a guy that's been in lineup every single day, which is what we kind of wanted. Preserve him. He's an older guy. All the other stuff. And then the one guy I think is struggling the most right now is Dom, unfortunately. And but I think that as he gets out there a little bit more, which would have to be on days that Pete is DHing, because now you got guys that you don't really need to have like a Dom Smith out in left field when you got really, really solid outfielders out there. What do you guys think?
Dom Smith has 12, 13 bats on the season at bats.
Yeah, I think he had 4 today, and he came in with 8. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get up to like 50 to 75, and then I'll pass judgment.
Right.
I mean, 12 at bats is, it's really not much to go on. Baseball is ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, whatever term you want to use. You're gonna go up and down, and sometimes it's cyclical. Sometimes you start with a down, sometimes you start with an up. So we got to give him some time to. Sometimes you start with morning wood, sometimes you start with shrinkage.
That was in the pool.
Huh?
Brooklyn Water
That was in the pool.
All
right. So and obviously that's the right outlook here. Is he's only got a handful of at bats so far. He doesn't look really locked in at the plate, and that'll take some time. Like I said, getting more at bats.
I was hoping he had a moment today, but
he got hit by a pitch. He's joining the club.
Lineup. Yeah. Well, okay. We're gonna go into that now because wow.
Yeah. So let's get into that a little bit. So 8 hit by pitches, I think now is the total. Obviously the big ones with Pete Alonso and up near the shoulder in the face, Lindor up near the face area. He broke a tooth. when you get that, especially coming from a rival, if it's the Houston Astros, then you're like, oh, there's the balls
Two
are
division
slippery or something.
rivals.
But it's division rival, and then you go into like even when Marte got hit with the curveball, even though obviously that's not intentional, and it hit him in the butt where it's the least impactful, but it's still it's constant hit by pitches, and the other team acknowledged. They said, "Well, we understand their frustration, but it's not on purpose." And then it just continued in this series. Now,
But look at the
Buck
release point
Buck
of those
seems
two high pitches. Look at the release point of those pitchers. They released up high. They meant to throw it up and
they're
in.
blaming it on the balls, but meanwhile the Mets just hit their second
Yeah,
batter
okay.
today. But
It's because they got no
in the
balls,
long
they're
run,
scared.
Rodriguez, do you think even though you don't might not retaliate, obviously we have not retaliated yet. Buck Showalter is an old school guy. When it comes to things like that, does he tuck that into the back of his head and say, "Listen, we got actually they're going to play like 12 games before June 1st."
It's already written down in a back pocket on a little pad. The next time we meet up, this is what happened. The next team, if we go, whatever team is coming up next, which is who's coming up next for us?
The Diamondbacks. There's no
Diamondbacks.
Do we need?
It doesn't matter. If the Diamondbacks,
but who do we hit?
No. Listen.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
If the Diamondbacks hit us, if one of those Diamondback pitchers hit us
at Citi Field,
at Citi Field, there's gonna be craziness there. Okay, because enough is gonna be enough. Then it becomes a joke. No, it's like, oh, let's hit the Mets. Not beat the Mets or meet the Mets. Let's hit the Mets. That's not gonna happen. Somebody's gonna have to step up.
So let's
it's gonna be our manager looking for a fight.
Yep.
Right,
a little shrimpy manager.
He was the first one out in the field last time, but it seems like it seems on purpose, right? We all agree on that. What do you think this is a strategy within our division? Do you think the Mets crowd the plate too much? What would create these teams to strategize that way against us?
I really don't think it's on purpose. From what I've seen from the Nats, and the Philadelphia Filthies. That's kind of fun to say. So I don't think it's been. What? I don't think it's been serious. I don't think they've really tried. I think they're trying to come inside, but they don't have the control that they need to have, and they're not really caring whether they have the control or not. So there's a little bit of a difference there. You're right, but they're trying to come inside. They have to establish inside. They don't want the Mets over the plate. They want to back them up. So that's what's happening. I don't think it's on purpose per se, but it's like, hey, if you get hit, you get hit.
I could believe that with the Phillies. I'm not so sure about the Nats. It seemed really on purpose with those.
So all the pitches that were going against the Mets were basically the young guys. The young guys were the ones with the most hit batters. Okay, that their ball was rising in, coming in. They couldn't control it. So it gets frustrating because that really hurts, man. It really hurts.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, that's not a joke. And
it's
I
funny.
don't even throw that hard. I could hurt somebody. So imagine my old ass.
And imagine if they didn't have the flap.
Oh, they would have been they would have got their jaw broken, both of them.
Concussion,
easily. They would have been out for half the year easily.
I mean, Pilar.
The scary one.
I miss the balls of Pilar. I mean, that dude was a warrior. He
what do you miss the balls of?
I miss his sweaty balls.
He missed Pilar's sweaty balls.
You miss Kevin Pilar's balls.
All you youngins out there, go up there, look up Saturday Night Live and sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
Look up you missing Pilar's sweaty balls. That's all.
Yeah. But
right
there. I miss Pilar. I was glad he was a Met.
Sweaty balls. He's still going back to it.
Wait, I thought you said Plawecki. Sorry.
Pilar. He's the one I got.
Oh, somebody said Plawecki. Maybe it was me. It could have been me. But the really dangerous one was the really scariest one was the Lindor one because he was turning to bunt, and
but he had the guard too, right?
Right. But you're taught, Rodriguez, you're taught that if somebody's squaring a bunt, you get the ball up. It doesn't necessarily have to be in, because if you get the ball up and they're trying to catch the ball with the bat, the likelihood of them popping it up on a high pitch is, that trends
It's what
upwards.
you want.
It's what you do.
That's what you want.
Hey, Cowbell.
Mhm.
Cowbell. Good win
How
today.
about?
Excellent win today.
How about
We got
James,
Bunker.
who's James
We
Bunker
got,
again? Who's that
huh?
guy?
Bunker.
I don't know who
Bunker.
Bunker is. Archie.
Bunker.
Archie.
Bunker.
What's up, James?
Bunker.
Yeah,
Jaime
so
and Tony.
Tony. All right.
So people.
So the injuries really quick. Couple to
Mm.
talk about. We got Taiwan Walker. We obviously he's probably going to miss one start plus 2 starts going through rehab stuff. So likely 4 starts or so. And I think that you guys out there have been a little rough on Mr. Peterson, who Buck Showalter during his interview kept on calling him Pete. So really confused the hell out of me. I mean, you can't call Peterson Pete when you got Pete Alonso on the team. Buck, focus. But so he pitches. He pitches really well the other day.
He was dealing, man.
In that crazy game.
He came out the first inning, had a little struggle, and then he was dealing after that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely on top of his game the other day against
Who was
the Phillies.
catching him? Who was catching him?
McCann.
Who was catching him? Was it McCann or
McCann?
It was McCann. Yeah, Nito so far has caught 2 games, I think. Both the Scherzer games. Yep.
Okay.
McCann's catching some good games, dude. Just throw that in there.
Don't say that too loud.
I know who's gonna get upset. I know who's gonna get upset.
I want everybody to remember Buffalo. Buffalo behind the plate. Buffalo the clumsy. Yes, Buffalo was a good hitter, but he sucked behind the plate.
Sorry. Every time I hear that name, I need to take a drink. You too, Rodriguez.
this guy McCann, he saves us more runs behind the plate than Buffalo created at the plate.
And the McCann right there. Exactly. Now look at us on the same page, Rodriguez.
Shut up.
All right, and then the other injury, and for those of you listening on the podcast, I'm air quoting here, and that's Mr. May. So the thing with Trevor May is he experiences this every single spring training, the kind of like the dead arm, and this is kind of normal for him. Obviously, we see spring training didn't work out as well as we would have hoped for it to go this year.
If he would have stopped doing a podcast and got himself into
hey,
doing a podcast,
ain't nothing wrong with podcast.
Maybe he would be ready.
I didn't even know he does a podcast. I would check it out.
He does he does. I think it's funny on there. But they think he'll be ready. He'll be ready over the weekend. They're thinking. So what did you guys think? Obviously the pen was a little bit out of sorts with Edwin Diaz, with the loss of his grandfather. So he wasn't out there to close. You had May going out there. You had Lugo going out there, and then we brought everything back to how it's supposed to be, and bringing Diaz back yesterday. Rodriguez, your thoughts first on the pen.
I think you need to take a serious look at them. I'm not gonna be an alarmist and say, "Oh my God," and go berserk, but I would keep my left eye on them because I saw a lot of potential for failure there, especially if Lugo goes down. Because if anything happens to Diaz, you expect Lugo to step up. He's the next guy online, and then maybe after him, Ottavino, and then May. But Ottavino seems to be doing a fairly decent job. But Lugo is important in this bullpen. He has to really step up. So I'm going to keep an eye on them and just have guys in the minors ready to come up if we need them, because I'm not sold on the pen yet. I'd say another week or so or 2, because we're going to have to rely on them a lot. We only have 6 and 7 inning pitchers, so the bullpen's going to play a lot.
Yeah, I think Lugo had a good comeback game today, though. So hopefully that's a good sign going forward.
He needs to. He needs to be one of the veterans in that bullpen and come in and shut things down. He has all the tools. He can't come in and say, "I don't have my curveball today." Throw a slider, throw a changeup, throw a fastball, place it in and out. Do what you got to do, bro. Win the game, Lugo. Time to step up.
Yeah, Cowbell's heading to the game obviously on Friday, home opener.
Yeah.
So
All right.
get some pictures posted in our group, or you can send them to me and I'll get them posted.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
Bassett goes
great.
opening day, the home opener, obviously,
Yeah. Wow.
and that kind
I'm
of
gonna be
That's it.
I'm gonna be at work, but I'm gonna put my Bose wireless in while I'm listening to the game, and I'm gonna listen for that. Tuk, 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 tuk,
and
tuk.
you'll hear it, baby.
Go under the booth and hit that cowbell for us.
Yes. Just going through Twitter as we go. Buck Showalter in his post game. We held Schwarber to 0 for 12 in the series. Do you remember the series from last year where he
That's
hit?
pretty amazing. He smoked us.
Was it like 6 or 7 home runs in the series? Some
Ridiculous.
He
at
would
a
have hit
4-game
more
series
too
is stupid.
if they
What
didn't
the
take him
hell?
out. He would have hit more.
He said I would not want to be the next team trying to get him out.
Harper wasn't.
Instead of Schwarber.
We held Harper down pretty good too. I know he hit a homer today, but we held him down pretty good too.
And that small ballpark is hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
the Mets,
he's 2 or 3 for 21 on the season so far. MVP.
I could not ask for a better start to the season, like I said earlier.
But
It's a good start.
You know what I said years ago. I'm not going to get too high or too low on how we start the season.
I'm going to take that.
Stop. You're so excited.
I'm going to take that for face value because I can alter what you just said into so many different things.
You cannot do it.
It's the truth.
So, obviously, we're not gonna tear apart the pen after 7 games.
No,
there
we're
were some
not.
positives also out there, but when you have a team that your starting pitching is as good as what the Mets starting pitchers have been and likely will continue to be, and you got the timely hitting now. Lindor's batting 250 to start the first 7 games, right? That's not hot, but it's a hell of a lot better than the 138 he started last year. And
right.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who's noticing this, but he's hitting the ball a lot harder this year. Last year, it felt like he would swing, get the sweet part of the bat on the ball, and just lazy fly balls, or he would pound it into the ground and get a weak ground ball. But he's
driving
hitting the ball hard.
Have you seen his swing? It's almost perfect, man. It's a beautiful
level.
I bat lefty,
Keith, you're on mute.
so when he's batting lefty, oh my god. When he's batting lefty, it looks beautiful.
I put on mute because I was clearing my throat. But yeah, you know what I noticed mostly.
Rodriguez, come here, give us a hug. Come on.
This is a Met show, not a hip hop show. Order in the court.
Yeah, this is the Met show, Farace.
Yeah, you know what I noticed big time, Rodriguez, is between last year and this year is
you're not talking to
the
me?
way he's planting his foot on his swing and twisting his hip as he swings. He's really getting into that pitch.
He's driving the ball. Yeah, he's driving.
Yeah,
he's
so much better because last year he wasn't planting as well. One thing that still frustrates me a little bit with him is he's brilliant, and then he just has one moment where he just does not look brilliant in the field. I want to see him clean that up. I want to see the Gold Glove Lindor come back, but the kid is super talented. I mean, he makes sparkling plays. His bat's starting to wake up. I want to see his glove get more consistent. He's going to be an intricate part.
The way I judge him is how good he is on that field. Is at the end of the year, I look at how many chances he had and how many putouts he had. That tells me what he's done. What he's done with the ball. That tells me what he's done the whole year as a defensive guy.
And a lot of times his misses are things that other people can't even get to, which hasn't been the case this year. And
that can happen. Yeah,
but that one play he made, and it was against the Phillies the other night. He had no human being has any business of snaring that ground ball. And to his credit, Remuto beat it out at second, but still.
I think I said that same game. I put it in our chat. He can look so brilliant, and then sometimes the next moment he can mess up a wet dream. It's just
I think it's that blue hair or that beige. I don't know what it is because it ain't really blue. It's like vomit green kind of. He needs to get rid of it.
I don't doubt him. I
just
hasn't
gotten a hit yet
to come back. Nito
Nito
hasn't
hasn't
gotten a
gotten a
hit?
hit yet. I don't think
I
that's.
thought he got one today.
Oh,
Oh, did he? Did he?
Nito.
I might have missed that.
I'm gonna fact
So
Oh, be
check you.
careful. Be careful, man.
Nito's looking
Don't.
weak at the plate. That's good. That's a
No.
good sign for Lindor.
Thank God. Thank God.
Okay, that's what. Let's segue into that. That's also a good sign for Alvarez because I think when the rosters expand at the end of the year, I think we're going to see Alvarez, and I think we're going to
Might.
see Alvarez mentor behind McCann, and I think it's going to switch the year after that to McCann behind Alvarez. Alvarez is tearing it up in the minors right now. I know it's the minors, but talent is talent. This kid,
And Double A is
what
a good. It's a good gauge.
more than AAA, right? Because AAA is
Yeah.
usually just yeah. But he'll be up in AAA. I really like this kid Alvarez. I think he's super talented, and I think him coming up at the end of the year to get a taste, and then next year being behind McCann would be super beneficial to him because
Yes.
McCann is a very professional catcher. He may not be the hitter that Alvarez will become, but McCann, as far as fundies behind the plate, he's really clean. I mean, I love watching McCann behind the plate. I feel comfortable, like not like with Buffalo where he was on one knee half the time and regular pitches
If
becoming wild pitches every
yeah,
other pitch. Yeah.
yeah, it
So
No.
would be
He
like
did.
gator arms. Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
love
He,
him. Great guy, but yeah, just I
what,
like
what do you
McCann
love? What
behind
do
the
you love
plate.
about him? The fact that he didn't want to move. The fact that all the
No,
movement he
because
did was on his Instagram. He had all
I
these
don't love him. I don't
Instagram
love him.
Yes.
posts and
I
Do
don't
it,
love him
Rodriguez.
behind.
things. Come on.
I
Hit
don't love
him.
him behind the plate. I don't love,
He
but
couldn't
I
move.
think as a person he endured a lot. I mean, I respect him a lot. That's
Oh yeah,
what it
I'm
comes
sure
down
he.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the guy who got kidnapped and everything and all that
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right?
I
Yeah.
respect
So
him a
that
lot.
listen, all that was standing. That's his private life. I'm happy that he's alive. I don't care. He's off the Mets.
Well, yeah, me too. That's my
Good
as
Is he
far as
goodbye.
anywhere?
baseball on the field,
Goodbye.
McCann all day, every day. But yeah, as a
He's
person,
with the
I
Tigers,
don't have
right?
any ill will towards Buffalo.
I know he
That
No.
caught on with the Tigers on a 1 year deal last year. I don't know if he signed this year.
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter. Keith is right. The Alvarez kid will be up next year behind McCann. Okay, if God willing, Nito might be up here with him. Who knows? And they'll start either bring him up or they'll wait for the next year after that and just give Alvarez the job because all he needs is to be a better catcher. He can hit it. He can hit in the majors already.
Yeah,
So
and him subbing behind McCann for a year would do him wonders. Same way this guy Megill on the team with Bassett, DeGrom, and Scherzer is going to do him wonders. You know what I mean? The
let's
kid
hope
can
so.
rake, and then once he gets the fundies down from a veteran like McCann, we're going to be in good shape. We're going to be set for foreseeable future at catcher, which is big because catcher is a hard position to really lock somebody down.
We're
You know,
Sure.
we're an old team, guys. We're not really a
Yeah.
young team. We're
Mm-mm.
built to win right now.
Look,
So
our
we are,
that's
youngest
why for
guy,
the next 2 or 3 years, we're ready to
26.
win right now.
we
And
are.
as soon
Oh, for
as
sure.
soon as these contracts are up, all the young kids are coming up.
Yeah,
So it's a rebuild right then and there.
Alvarez,
Then it
Mauricio,
all goes to hell.
Batty.
Hmm
Yeah, we
It's
Prospects.
got we
well,
got
if they bring them up all in every year or so, they bring one up like the '80s
We'll just
Mets
hope
did.
that one
They
or
brought
two
one guy
pan
up.
out.
Oh
I
my
think like
God! Don't be such
Escobar
a
is
poop head.
I think Escobar is a
Well,
placeholder
Be
how,
positive.
for
how many
Batty.
That's
guys
the
are on the team
plan.
from
Batty.
our five pitchers from 2015? How many are still left on our team? One,
How many are still
barely.
playing baseball? All of them.
Harvey,
Well,
Harvey's still playing baseball. They're all playing baseball.
in
So
Japan,
they're all starting pitchers. He's with the
Korea.
Mats.
Orioles now.
Thank you, Mats. You gave up 7 runs in 3 innings the other day. We appreciate that because
But
He's
you
still
know why
playing
we
baseball.
appreciate
He's
that.
still playing
You know
baseball.
why we appreciate that? Because remember, it's
Why?
him. It was him who pissed off Cohen that got us Scherzer and Escobar and
No, that's
Canna.
true.
Remember that
let's
spending
remember,
spree?
baseball is an extremely unpredictable game, so you don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. But baseball team management counts a lot, and with Cohen in place, we're in a different position than we were in 2015. The hope is that Cohen, as a Met fan, and with somebody with a lot of money, put things in place to prevent the issues that we've run into as Met fans since 1974.
Dude, we
So
have Scherzer. We have Scherzer. That says
yeah,
it right
so
there. We have
What did I tell?
Scherzer.
I text the other
I
day.
mean,
Terzio's here. I
uh-oh.
text. I think it was you guys where I text saying it's just unbelievable that the Mets were able to sign a guy like a Scherzer. We haven't
Yeah.
seen big time pitching acquisition from a free agent perspective since Pedro. Back in 05.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let's
and
talk
we
about that.
benefited a lot from having a owner that's just willing to spend a whole lot of money, and one of the best pitchers in baseball being one of the leaders in the players union. So he's going to go out there and grab that money to make a statement for the players union, and we're
Yes.
going to go ahead and pay that money. So it kind of worked, and then what we'll do is we'll start winning. Hopefully, right? That's the hope. We'll start winning if we make the playoffs, go deep in the playoffs, championship, anything in between that. We become more of an appealing team to free agents, right?
Yep.
Because the Mets have been a mess with under the Wilpons, let's be honest. And free agents, big free agents, know that because players talk to each other. For a fact,
Oh, for
they
sure.
talk to each other, and they're like, yeah, the Wilpons are a mess, the Mets are a mess. But if we start winning, we have an owner that takes care of the team, an owner that honors our history, and an owner that does anything to win. Players will tell them, no, if you get a choice, go to the Mets, and we'll start becoming more of an appealing team, and we'll grow a rich history. And I'm talking a lot of crap right
The
now, but I
story.
really hope it's all true because I want it to be true. I want to die with 12 championships under my belt.
Oof. 12 in a row, baby.
Woo!
Wow.
Just a quick tour around the league. Mets obviously 5-2, leading the National League East. Real quick, St. Louis at 3-1, they lead the National League Central. Colorado,
Lodano.
not a typo. Colorado 4-1.
Colorado 4-1.
Okay, where have they
Wow.
played? Have they played on the road yet? They're playing at home.
Oh, but
Do you know?
they won 4 in a row. It's at home, but they played the Dodgers. I know in one of the series. Speaking of
Wow.
Kershaw today, 7 perfect innings, comes out after 80 pitches. Did you see his quote after?
Do you believe his quote? That's the question.
What did he say?
Well,
He said he was on board with being pulled out.
he was on board. Well, pulled out. He was on. He said it was the right
Pull-out
decision,
method
and then
is
So
down.
it's always the right decision.
but then he said blame it on the lockout.
On the rain.
Which, if this would have been his second, like today would have been his second start, right? Maybe they let him go. Lord.
Blame it on the sun.
Producer Joe shows off the rails.
shining
They're singing,
bright.
guys. They're singing, Producer Joe. They're
But
singing.
whatever you do, don't
Look at
put the
Terzio's
blame
saying
on
McCann is
me.
his hero. All right, so 4-1.
There it is.
Go
There it is. Terzio.
Colorado. Tampa's 4-1. They had a I can't remember the guy's name, but a nice, really nice moment yesterday where this little girl who's going through cancer was out on the field. And then I can't remember her favorite player's name on Tampa. They're in the stands and they're interviewing her. They're interviewing her mom and her, and he hits a home run. And then it's just like out of the freaking storybook. And then afterwards, when they did, he's player of the game, whatever. And she had made him some things as his favorite player, and he just broke down during the interview. It was some moment like out of a movie or some crap. Like remember the Reds guy? His dad died, the Reds pitcher, and then he pinch hit and he hit home run. Michael something or other. He's with your boy Noah now with the Angels. He was a relief pitcher, but he also played center field and stuff for the Reds. Michael something or other. And he hit a few home runs, and it was like the day after, or a couple days after his dad died.
Rick and Keel, right?
No. He's playing now. He's with the Angels now.
Okay.
I'll look up the name because now it's going to drive me nuts. But he was also a good hitter, so they would use him in pinch hitting situations, and he hit a extra inning. I don't know if it was to win the game, but a home run a couple days after his dad died, which is a pretty cool thing there. Tampa 4-1. The White Sox, as expected, 3-1, but Cleveland's 4-2. Houston's 4-1. And then Texas. If the Rangers were in New York, they'd be getting lit up right now. They spent over $500 million in the offseason, and they get off to a 1-4 start. Remember, between Simeon, who's like 1 for 24, I think he got $200 million, and Seager 300.
It's really early. It's really early.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but but if it was, as I said, if the Rangers were in New York, he'd be getting booed already.
Be getting booted out of town. They'd be getting run out of town.
Oh, Terzio, I did want to talk about that. it was
Oh
Sunday
boy.
Night Baseball, right? That
Mhm.
it's listen, guys, ESPN. I'm talking to you right now. It's shit ain't gonna work. I completely forgot that they had this new agreement for was it Sunday Night Baseball? I think it was Sunday night with Aroyd, who, by the way, J Lo engaged again. Sorry, A Rod.
Again, what
But
happened to Ben Affleck?
no, she's
He's
engaged to Ben
engaged to Ben
Affleck.
Affleck.
Oh, okay.
So Alex
Wow.
Rodriguez was so bad that she had to go back to Ben and then get engaged. But so now
I
it's
told you all along about that guy. I said it all along.
yeah.
He's a
Rodriguez. The
horrible
name of
person.
the name of the show is something K Rod, and it's Michael K and Alex Rodriguez. I don't
Oh,
know
the
if you guys looked
skanky.
at it up.
It's a
I
skanky
looked.
show.
I turned it really quick
Oh.
because the guys on Sunday Night Baseball mentioned it. I just wanted to see, and it was. I only gave it 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds of Michael K saying a fact, then looking at Alex Rodriguez for like approval, and Alex Rodriguez wouldn't even look at him, and he would just say something. Oh yeah, his brother did this and that. Yeah, no.
Yep.
It's
Well planned.
awful.
Well
If you
planned.
think that you have anything close to
Wow.
the Manning's cast for football, you
Oh,
gotta rethink
God.
it. It's got to be better. Couple of guys with
But
different
he
personalities.
he's not a nice person. He's not a real person.
Neither
He
one of
looks
them.
fake.
K,
He
Michael
looks
K.
fake.
Also.
Yeah, maybe Kay. I don't know that much about him, but I've
Hey,
seen A
Susan
Rod.
Wald.
I mean,
I have
looking
another
at
name
him.
for her.
Oh my God! It's Roger Clemens. Was it Roger Clemens that she did?
Eh,
Yeah.
eh,
Keith, were you
bring him
were
in.
you
Bring him
were
in.
you on mute?
No, I'm not on mute.
He's just kind of catching up because we were that was a couple minutes ago. All right, okay, sorry. I thought you were on mute
What, you
and
talking about Yankee announcers and Yankee people and
no, no,
Yankee?
no, no, not you. I'm talking about your brother saying that you were singing Milli Vanilli. Maybe I saw it a couple minutes later, but
Uh,
I thought maybe because you were on mute and not using your own voice. All right, so that was the crappy telecast. I encourage you not to watch K Rod Michael K. I don't even know how Yankee
so
fans
where
listen.
is that being broadcasted?
Terrible.
I'm sorry. And
ESPN2, just like
th-
the Manning
so they have
cast
it on
for football.
The
ESPN2
Deuce.
simultaneous with the Mets local cast, whether it be SNY or WPIX.
No. I don't know if you remember what they did with Monday Night Football. So Monday Night Football was on ESPN, and then the Manning cast was on ESPN2 at the same time. So whatever I think it's Sunday night. Whatever their Sunday night game is, they're gonna have the alternate Michael K and Alex Rodriguez
Garbage nonsense. Okay,
K
because
Rod
I
Oh
know on the
my
MLB
cast.
at
God,
Bat
that's
app, I was watching the
horrible.
game.
He's a
And
terrible person.
Awful. All right, let's reel it back into the Mets here, and take a look at what's going on over the
The
weekend.
baseball show, Farace.
It's a baseball show.
order in the court.
We'll start tomorrow, an off day for the Mets, and then on Friday is the home opener, which will be preceded at 10:30 a.m. by the statue ceremony of one Thomas Seaver. The franchise finally gets a statue a few years too late, thanks Will Ponce. But that will happen on Friday morning, and I for one, I can't wait to go and check it out. I definitely want to get up there.
Not trying to go down a
Um,
rabbit hole, but
yeah,
it's really confusing why the Wilpons didn't honor Mets history. It's really confusing.
it's
Yeah,
weird, right? It's
yeah.
almost as if they almost sort of like were bowing down sometimes to the other team in the city.
Oh,
Like they were so
no, I think it was
they
more they were highlighting themselves, and they didn't want that highlight taken away from them.
I don't think they wanted to spend any money, bro. He just
and
didn't want to spend
Madoff was
any
an
money. That was
excuse.
it. And that was it.
Whatever.
Mega
They're
douche.
done.
All
You
right,
know?
so
So
Peace.
so it's also Jackie Robinson Day, so everybody's going to be wearing number 42,
Awesome.
and it
yep,
is
most
the
definitely.
75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier,
Yes.
and leading
Wow.
to the greatness that has come into the league as of as of then, and all throughout the years.
And let's not
Great to see.
just stop saying he broke the color barrier. He endured like a lot to do that and to pave that path. Not only for us as baseball fans, because we've got to see some amazing African American players, but just baseball in general. He endured. I mean, death threats and
Bobby
uh,
Bonilla.
he- he- Why would you say that? You just ruined a good moment, dude. I'm talking about
What do you
Jackie
mean?
Robinson,
Sorry.
like
Sorry.
a pioneer, a warrior. The dude, you can even call him a warrior from what
The
he went
movie
through.
42
And
was
you just
phenomenal,
ruin
by
it
the way.
by calling out Bobby Bonilla.
You said African American players. He's an African American player.
Right. But not all African American players are good.
Yes.
It's true. I'm just saying. But there's been some amazing ones out there. So, and he is not one of them. So don't ruin the moment of Jackie Robinson by mentioning Bonilla, please. Thank you very much. Number 42. All due respect, buddy.
Terzio, extremely non-PG. Not PG at all, Terzio.
Whoa.
What's
we
going on there?
we are
Yeah, he's-
LGBTQ friendly.
Talking about Michael K. Um,
Oh.
yeah,
okay.
so obviously a big day in baseball history, Brooklyn history, New York history, baseball history, all that stuff.
American history.
So yeah,
for that
American
matter.
history.
Yeah.
And so that's the 75th anniversary, and we'll be taking
That's
on
wonderful.
the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks for a 3-game set at Citi Field. All 3 games, don't miss it. All 3 games are afternoon games. 1:10 Friday, 1:10 on Saturday, and then 1:40 on Sunday. And the 1:40 on Sunday is
not miss it.
because I know Keith is not going to be happy with this, but there's another way to watch baseball, and it is Sunday mornings. So I don't know if they start this week or what, but Sunday morning, and I'm talking 11:30 a.m. I'm not talking 8 o'clock in the morning or anything like that. But there's going to be a Peacock game of the week also. Just another avenue for people to see baseball games.
Hey, I play
But they're
Sundays
charging-
at 9 a.m. They can play
They're-
Sundays at 9 a.m.
Right?
They get paid.
So is that a national game?
That's a national game from what I
So
am.
they're taking games away from MLB at bat subscribers, but charging more. Okay,
That's
cool.
why all the games have every Sunday game has to start at 1:40 now.
Cool.
Because of that.
Because they're robbing the people who subscribe to MLB at bat. They should charge us
Yes.
less for less games, but that's cool.
Yeah, how much less do you want to pay, Keith? How much less do you want to pay?
How about not even raising
Settle.
the price?
Wait.
Since you're growing,
How much less do you want to pay, Keith?
settle. I'm saying keep the price the same. You're charging more, but
Yeah.
then you're farming games out to
I
Apple.
didn't get charged more for
Apple.
some reason.
You're farming games out. I did not
don't-
either, maybe because we're continuous subscribers, but
Maybe.
it went up to 139 or something like that, or there was like an early deal that they gave. But the truth is, if you didn't get there in time, it came out to 140, which is more. But then they're farming more games out to other apps, and it's not fair. They're making
But-
more money and milking the fans more, so it's just fact.
And I don't know.
Crazy.
I have Peacock because it's a good streaming service.
I have it
also
because it's free with Comcast. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it.
There you go. So wait, so both of them that you have for free.
But
That
when I
could be free.
move, I'm going to move in 3 or 4 months, and where
Stay
I'm
with
going,
Comcast.
Comcast is not
Oh.
available yet.
Well, maybe they will have Peacock. I don't know. All right. We'll solve one problem at a time here, Keith. All right. So on Saturday is. I wonder if some people can head out to the game and send us one of these. Tom Seaver replica statue day. I'd like one of those. Maybe I'll you just look on eBay after the game.
That would be
All right,
wonderful
so-
to have.
3-game set with the Diamondbacks, who are again, it's early on. They're 1-4 to start the year, and then we have the Giants
Let's crush them.
to Citi Field. Giants come to Citi Field, 107
Gigantes.
victories from a year ago, for a 4-game set. 3-night game, 7:10 Monday through Wednesday, and then a Thursday afternoon game at 1:10 before heading back out on the road for the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. So 5-2, gentlemen, through the first 7 games. Rodriguez, we got 3 coming up with what is supposed to be a lowly Diamondbacks team that has had
Mhm.
thoughts of being a good team over the last couple of years. Now they're just like not even hiding that, and they got your boy, your favorite pitcher in all of baseball. Don't look at me. He's probably going to be pitching in one of these games, Mr. Bumgarner. So my point is that we gotta fatten up on teams like the Diamond. This is what good teams do. They fatten up on the bad teams, and then
Yeah.
they play with the good team. So Diamondbacks, Giants, Diamondbacks again, and then Cardinals. So we got the crappy teams. But actually, do we even play the Diamondbacks
Well,
anymore after
listen.
this month? And then the Giants and Cardinals.
Right. So we win 5 out of 6 of the Diamondback games. Right. The Cardinals. Is it in St. Louis?
And yeah, hopefully we play Mats and Pete Alonso hits 3 home runs, 17 RBIs.
I think 3 games, right?
Yeah, 3 games set.
We definitely win one. I'll say that. I'll just leave it at that. And then the other was the Giants, right?
Giants 4 game set.
I think we'll split with the Giants.
That'll be good. And coming off, Keith, you're on mute. Coming off 5-2, not only to open the season but on the road. Keith, go ahead.
I'm thinking definitely 2 out of 3. I would really like 3 games against Arizona. They are a struggling team. They're not stacked as they used to be. We're at home. We need to take 2 at least.
Okay, Frank.
Because in order to, like you were saying before, in order to really get somewhere, you got to be up on the lowly teams. That's Arizona right now, and we're at home.
Pound them.
A sweep will be amazing. Series wins. That's the theme always, right? I'll take 2 out of 3. And San Francisco, I am hoping for a split.
I like a split there.
Yeah,
I think a split there. That's a nice little homestand.
Their shortstop
107 wins.
Their shortstop got hurt, so that's a plus for us.
And
for me,
all their guys.
He's on my fantasy team, so it's okay.
Crawford, right? Brandon Crawford. But even like their guys, the guys who did so well for them last year are they're old. I mean, in baseball terms, like Longoria, Brandon Belt, these guys.
They're seasoned.
Posey's still behind the plate.
What's his name? No, Posey retired.
He did. Okay.
The guy that just went to Toronto, he was with them. The pitcher, he just went to Toronto in the offseason. But the guy who used to play for Baltimore, Rodriguez,
Robbie Ray.
No, he went to Seattle.
They went to Seattle.
Whatever his name is, but Kevin Gossman. So Kevin Gossman went. He jumped ship and he went to Toronto. And did you guys see Mr. Berrios from Toronto? He came into today's game with like 100
108
ERA. 108.
Yeah, it's like 108.
He had a struggle.
Wow.
All right, so that's kind of the road ahead here. I'd love to, and we always travel well when we go to Arizona. It's New York West, but that's always
San
a good
Francisco.
place.
Going to Arizona, right?
It's Arizona for 3 at Citi Field, then 4 with the Giants at Citi Field, then 3 with Arizona, 3 with the Cardinals. And before I start getting some last minute comments out of you guys. Today's a big day on a couple of fronts. The 60th anniversary of our first game at the Polo Grounds. 60th, baby.
Wow.
And also the 13th anniversary of the opening of Citi Field. That was against the San Diego Padres back in 2009, and the captain David Wright hit a 3-run shot that proved to be the game winner. Watch it, Rodriguez.
It's 13 years since Citi Field started.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, being in Florida, I moved here shortly before.
I played in it.
I went on a road trip to Fenway and then back down to Citi Field around Memorial Day that year. Remember Omir Santos? Remember the catcher Omir Santos?
Yes.
He had a game-winning home run. I was at Cheers, and all the Boston fans were. It didn't go over the wall. I was like, I was all in my Mets gear, bring some more whiskey out here, baby. All right, so it's nice. We were talking about it a little bit yesterday. That be nice to get to episode number 1 at 5-2 rather than 4-3. It feels like they're that they're worlds apart. Yeah, Terzio, Tom Seaver, and Mike Piazza. That was the first pitch at
To the
at
field.
Citi
I
Field
remember
back in
that.
2009, and now 13 years later, the statue will be placed where it should have been for a long
Y-
time.
You know what? Every
Um,
time I hear that, it frustrates me, but I need to stop that. I am so grateful they're doing it. I just wish it was done while he was coherent and alive, but it's not. It's done. It's over. Will Ponds let them pass. Sometimes I just feel burnt, you know, burnt
oh
meaning like
yeah.
as a fan. But anyway,
Well, anytime you get
I'm
an owner
grateful they're
that really
doing it.
doesn't give a crap about like the history and at that point when you don't care about the history of the franchise, literally, you
Yeah,
don't care about the fans and when what
douche.
really
I
what
Dude,
they
mean,
want.
he made the stadium in the image of the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I mean the whole thing. Nothing against
slight obsession.
Jackie Robinson Rotunda. That's great. We could definitely have that there. But it's the New York Metropolitans. It's got to be our
uh,
history in that stadium.
honoring the old
Nothing
National
else but
League
that.
in a certain way, like putting an Ebbets Field taste in there. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's like this is the Met. Anyway,
Come
this
But
is a
if
whole
on.
other show. We can
but
we
Keith,
can do another
It's
hour on
it's
this.
they made it like Brooklyn, like the Brooklyn Dodgers, and it's
They
not
did,
the
and
Brooklyn Dodgers are dead,
I
done.
understand bringing the old National League into it, and
but what
we kind
about
of
like the colors? The Giants left, the Dodgers left, and the colors that the Mets took was orange from the Giants and blue from the
Okay.
Dodgers.
So
So
make
if
one thing about both teams in a little corner and move
yeah,
it
no,
along.
no, I'm not a
bring a little
proponent
flavor, a
of
little
that. I'm
taste
I'm
of it
saying
in.
that
That's all I'm
if it was
saying.
truly that they wanted to bring National League history in with the Mets, there would have been something with the Giants inside of Citi Field
Right.
also.
Obviously, he
But
had his
they had an obsession with the Dodgers, which is rightfully so. My mom was a Brooklyn
cover your
Dodgers fan,
kids'
hated the
ears
Yankees.
because what I'm about to say is
Dude,
dirty. But
Cover
he
your
had a
ears,
little bit of a
earmuffs.
hard on for the Giants. I mean, for the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
He probably grew up in Brooklyn. He got a little erect every time he heard the Dodgers, and he incorporated way too much. Like you said, it should have been, you bring a little bit of that flavor in, but it should have been concentrated in Mets history. I mean, in the beginning, it was just a big number 42, all Giants. I mean, all Dodgers. Now I'm getting
All
confused.
Dodgers.
All
I know.
Dodgers. But it didn't even have like history. Like there was no Keith Hernandez and Darryl Strawberry and Gary Carter and Mike Piazza. You didn't see these things anywhere out there. You just saw
they should
this
have
Jackie
been having
Robinson,
days.
and
This
it's
is
so
key right here.
stupid.
Cowbell hits it on the head. Great thing about Steve Cohen, he is a fan like us, so he understands how we feel about the Mets,
Absolutely, Cowbell.
Yeah,
which
no,
is
it's
what
true.
like
Absolutely.
no like old timers day, like all these little things that
Come
We
on.
are
we
truly
stopped doing in the
lucky that
'90s.
we are young enough to enjoy a owner who really invests in our team and our team's history
He's a
and wants to
fan.
bring our team. Yeah, I mean, if
That's
this
all there is
guy,
to it.
I'm not going to say that, but if we never went to the promised land like we want to and think we will,
La
just
la la
having a
la la
guy who
la la la
respects
la
our
la la
history
la
and
la la
respects our team it's
Step in the
something
right
that we've
direction.
never experienced. It's so amazing. And
It's nice to
but
have a fan for a
that's not going to
moment,
happen because with Steve
for a
Cohen
minute.
and the amount of money he has and the limits he's willing to push in order to get us a championship, we're good.
Cowbell said he was at that game in Fenway Park. Yeah, it was cool. I
It is.
went to the game the next day. We lost. Kevin Euclid hit a bomb, and I left my
Hated
stupid
that guy.
stupid uh, cup.
I was at
Left
the
the
first
stupid cup at
interleague
the
game with George at Fenway Park when Brian McRae they balked and Brian McRae
Brian
scored for
McRae,
good.
number
Yeah.
56, center fielder for your New York Metropolitans, son of Hal McRae, former Royals manager. All right, let's go. We're veering off. We're talking about the Royals. Keith, any closing
We're veering off.
remarks?
Yeah, I would just like to say I'm so super happy we won two games. Uh, wow, we won two
Too
series.
serious.
Two games, huh?
We're coming out strong. And the losses were the sloppy moments, of course. That's why they're called losses. You get sloppy, you learn from 'em, you grow. We're 5-2 out of 7 games. Amazing start. We have a really good chance of winning another series going into our home series against the Diamondbacks, which would make us 7-3. Amazing start. We have an awesome lineup. We have an awesome rotation. We don't even have DeGrom right now, and we're pitching like lights out. I just want to say when we get out to the West Coast, fuckata to the West Coast, fuckata. West Coast, fuckata. I
You're
want to
right.
win
I
7
just changed
games in the
color.
West Coast.
Wow.
Go
Terzio's
to
really
go
excited, man.
go to 104 in the recording, and Keith's eye changed colors. I don't know what happened. If he was
I became Scherzer
Scherzer
because
was
I'm on fire, baby.
He was
Fuckata to the West
possessed
Coast.
by the
We're gonna
spirit of
win 7 in
Scherzer.
a row in the West Coast. We're gonna come back from the West Coast with 14 wins.
ooh, a little West Side, baby.
I don't really believe
I
that.
don't think.
I'm just throwing that into the universe, as they say.
Well,
You know,
don't
people.
say that,
Yeah.
because now you threw it out in the universe and you said you don't believe it. So now it's crap.
No, I didn't throw the. I don't believe into
Way
the
to jinx
universe. I
us.
threw the 14 wins into the universe. So don't
All
tell
right,
me
fine.
what universe I live
You
in.
don't tell me. Don't you talk to me that way,
Don't you talk
Rodriguez.
to me at all.
I don't.
That
You
makes
shut
perfect
your
sense.
mouth when you're talking to me. There is wedding crashers.
Exactly. See?
What a great movie. Wait,
Oh
real
my
quick,
god,
side
it's
note.
so good.
The first time I saw that movie, I couldn't
It's a
stand
Met
it. I
show,
don't know
Keith.
why. I watched it a
What?
second time.
This is a
Funniest movie.
Met show. It's a
Foot-
baseball show.
Order in the
What
court.
do you mean you didn't like it?
Owen Wilson's not allowed
How
on the
could you
Met
not
show.
like
Order in
it?
the court.
What's wrong with you?
Carry on.
How
Let's talk
could
about
you
the
not
Mets.
like
Order in
it
the
the
court.
first time? All right,
I
fine.
don't know.
Keith said what he wanted to
You
say
don't know.
about it. No, we can't talk about it anymore.
No, I'm going
Yeah,
upon
exactly.
Rodriguez's
Now we
request.
have to stop.
No,
What?
yeah.
No,
I
Rodriguez,
joined in the conversation. I'm
you
done
just said
now.
it's a Mets
Rodriguez,
show, so I'm just going
keep it
along with you.
Mets. Rodriguez,
Keep
how
it,
dare
Wah,
you?
keep
wah,
it
wah.
Met. Keep it Met. Stop it, Farace.
Where's producer Joe? He never showed up.
Exactly. He would.
Don't
You know what producer Joe
You
was here
got-
right now? He would say, "Nut."
That was actually on point. Yeah, that was actually
That was
on
very
point. You
good,
got
Keith.
it. You got
That
him.
was very
You
good.
got him. You got him. He might say that. He'll probably run to the board and try to say name up show ends.
Nut.
All right, we're getting out of control. Hold on. Order in the court.
Have the last
No
word.
nuts.
Getting.
No nuts.
No nuts, please.
How'd the Knicks do last night? Anyway,
Ooh, not talking about the Knicks.
It's a Mets show, Keith.
Not cool.
God damn it. At least keep it
Order
baseball,
the
you
court.
son of a bitch. Actually, I don't want to
What?
say anything bad, but
Look at the mouth on this guy.
Cowbell's a Nets fan. I don't know how that happened, Cowbell. But we don't have to agree on everything, though.
Brooklyn,
Terzio's a Nets fan
thanks,
too.
okay.
Cowbell. See, Cowbell got my back.
What do you say?
Cowbell,
That
go
sounds
under
good to
the
me,
booth
Keith.
on Friday and hit that cowbell.
Jets, Nets, and Nets.
What
Third
sounds
inning.
good?
Do it in the third
Your 14 wins that you don't really believe in.
We're gonna come back with 13 wins.
All right, Rodriguez.
You didn't
Please.
believe it. All right. So we're gonna do well on the West Coast. I believe we have these guys hitting well. The pitching seems to be on point. We may need a couple of guys from AAA to come up, but we're gonna do well. So I gave my prediction already on the games we're gonna win. So deuces, be well. Let's go Mets.
Why do we need guys coming up from AAA? You just scared me.
Why you think? You got
I
guys
don't want-
on the
Baby,
DL.
depth.
You got guys on the DL, man. You got guys like Jolie Rodriguez being scared to pitch. He was afraid to pitch and come
Okay,
at the
we're
guy.
we're
I don't
going
want
off
him on
course.
the team now.
But let
No,
me
we're
just
not
say,
going off course.
worst freaking
Jolie
trade.
Rodriguez,
Where's
get out.
Castro?
It's not a word. It was a good trade. The
It
kid's
was a
got
shit
good stuff,
trade. Excuse my
he's got to
language,
have
but,
the guts. He's got to have the guts, dude.
but he
You got to
don't.
build that
Castro
up. He
does.
don't have it. Castro does have it, but he's 6'7".
Bring him
also.
back in his braids. He don't need to cut him and get him off the skanks.
It's too late now, Keith.
It's too late.
Garbage.
It's done and over with. Don't live in the past. However, if he don't live up to his potential, you got to bring a couple of guys up. You got to be ready.
Let me just say one more thing.
I think
Anybody
Buck
who
will
has
be ready.
injuries,
But I want to talk a little bit more about basketball, Keith.
but I got two things real quick. If you have an injury on the Mets, it's a 2-word phrase. It's called duct tape. Fix it. And that's it. You're done. You can go out there and pitch, throw, hit. Duct tape.
Duct tape.
Okay.
Do it.
Well, they'll do that.
So look, I don't know about you guys, but growing up, a really quick basketball thing here. But growing up, I couldn't ever understand how anybody was a Nets fan. And this is no
What are you
offense
talking about?
against
The
you.
Nets were great.
No, I get that, but when you're growing up in New York City and you've got a team that's the New Jersey something or others, like the Nets were, just in my mind, I could never get past it. And again, this is not a knock against Cowbell, because this is only a knock against Sergio. But I just I could never like Kerry Kittles and these guys. I could never like
Dr. J, dude.
what?
Dr. J.
Yeah, but during my time of growing up in late 80s basketball, 90s, they were crap for the most part. And then you got guys like Kerry Kittles and Jason Williams and these guys, and I was like, Kerry Kittles, you think he's cool wearing his socks up to his knees? Anyway,
They weren't good. They weren't very good when you were a child. Yeah, they were
No.
good when I was a kid.
So that's why I
in the
couldn't.
80s. They
Yeah,
were good.
yeah. Thursday, you're not
I
going
like
to
the Keith
Mets,
Van
Nets,
Horn
and
Jason
Jets.
Kidd days. They were fun to watch back then. I was a Knicks fan. Now I don't like basketball at all.
That's when
'cause it
that's when
ruined
they
that
were
for me.
pretty decent. They were good then. Yeah,
Jason
was
Kidd
the
was a
90s,
lot of
right?
fun to watch.
For
Jason
sure.
Kidd was a great basketball
Yeah.
player. But
That was like it was like 04, 05 where the Knicks actually made the playoffs and we got swept by the Nets.
yeah, I just want to
Jason
thank
Kidd Nets.
Isaiah Thomas for ruining basketball for me forever.
Yeah, that's a rough time. But I'm going to reel it back in. Talk a little bit about baseball before we get closed out here. Keith, you mentioned the losses, right? A couple of losses. How dare we lose a game or two, Keith?
Jesus.
We're going to lose if we have a successful season, guys. We're going to lose 68 more games.
Can I just put some
get used to
perspective
it.
on that?
Yeah, please
If we continue this pace through the whole season, we will win 115 games. Okay, so relax, people. Relax.
Don't do it to yourself because you have to take a deep breath with these guys these
not
other
football.
Facebook groups.
Absolutely.
Exactly. It's
games.
not
It's
17
a lot
games.
of games.
You're not in trouble after losing 2 games.
No.
But it does get exhausting, and I do appreciate the sarcastic posts of "Oh my God, woe is me." Those are fun, but the real serious posts about "Oh my God, the world is ending." This guy's hitting
Trade Lindor.
150. Trade Lindor. Trade Dom. Trade this. Trade that. Oh my God! Stop. May. Oh my God, he's hurt again. Do your research and see that this is something that you can look at. It's happened almost every spring training for the guy. And
watch a really
when
good
you have
movie
a
with Adam
small spring
Sandler
training-
and I forget the other guy's name off the top of my head, and he's an amazing actor. But it's called Anger Management.
Robert De Niro.
Cruz Faba.
Oh,
No.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack
Love it.
And then
Great movie.
Woosah, Bad Boys, Woosah.
Woosah. It's just chill.
It just reminds you.
There was one particular page I posted on it, and you commented also. Somebody would just went off on his tirade, and I said, "We just won a series,
Yeah.
or we're like 4-1. Just take a breath, chill out, enjoy."
It was after the game on Sunday when the bullpen blew up in the 8th inning. Here
How
we
dare
go
we not win a
again.
4-game
We're never
series? It's
we're
like-
never gonna do Steve Cohen, same old crap. I'm like, what is happening right
If we
now?
never swept the series, but we won 3 out of every 4-game series and won 90% of all the series we played, I'm thrilled. I mean, come on, dude.
What have
Chill
we
out, people.
preached? All 3 of us and producer Joe over the course of this show for now into our 5th season.
It's a marathon,
Win.
not a sprint.
Right, and win series.
Right.
I don't care.
Win
Okay,
series.
if you lost
That's
2 out of
it.
3, all good.
don't-
Fine. Let's move it on. We got another
I don't
3-game
need
set
streaks. I
coming
need
up.
series wins.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, that's just
Streaks are fun, though.
for those of you who just started watching baseball this year and you're a Mets fan, expect 68 more losses if we're lucky,
Mm-hmm.
because that's a 92 and 70 season.
Go to your
that's
doctor
really
now
good
and
for-
ask
It's a
for
really good
Xanax.
season.
Yes.
May cause urinary bladder infections, may cause peeing your pants, but go ask for Xanax. Talk to your doctor today.
Heck,
Cowbell. Last remark here, Cowbell. He's a Nets fan. Rangers, I'm good. Football, I think he's a Jets fan and Mets. All right, so we can agree. Oh, he's a Cowboys fan. I do remember this.
You're a Cowboy fan, Eddie.
Let's
Your
not
name just became,
go any
as soon as you
further.
said Cowboy, it just from Cowbells, from Edwin, just became Eddie.
No, don't do it.
Like, I got
All right.
super personal, with you, bro. Like
do not.
Eddie, you really? Anyway,
All right. So next
supposed
week
to
we'll
go
have a
with
couple of different
Institution. It's
choices
an institution.
for. I saw somebody asking. I think it was Terzio for next week's show. I'm thinking next Thursday or Friday is a safe bet. Thursday is the afternoon game against the Giants at 1:00, 1:10, and then the Friday game is a 9:40 game out in Arizona. So it'll be one of those 2 games. And that'll do it for producer Joe, who never made it. we missed you. We'll see you next week. We'll see you in the
He
chat.
deserves a week. We love you, Producer Joe.
No, he doesn't. Rodriguez, you
And I'm
does
our
he
Producer
deserve-
Joe. Nut.
Nut. All right.
There you
Until next week, obviously, we keep you apprised of what's going on in the Facebook group. Bassett on Friday, Tom Seaver, Statue Day. It's going to be a great day come Friday. And we got the Diamondbacks. So,
Terzio, Cowball Man, everybody else, put pictures on the Put It in the Book Show page, Twitter, and Facebook. We would love to see opening day pictures.
Yeah, we want to see you guys from the game. We want to see you guys enjoying the game after Mets win.
We
want to
appreciate
hear
it.
it.
baby.
We want to hear what a home run sounds like. Give us that, Cowboy Man.
I think it's a dedication that's what we're asking for here. Yeah, ring the bell,
Well,
talk
we're
about the
asking-
Put in the Book show. Yeah, let's do it.
That's fine. That's fine too. Have a great
yeah.
day.
Thanks, Frank.
Until
Thanks,
next
Cowboy.
show, we bid you adieu, everybody. Peace out.
Put it in the books.